I don't know what that means. Okay, I think I'm getting new notification new. Okay, I don't know what's going on here. Sorry, they give a message that I did not even understand what's going on. Hi, everybody. Oh my God. Yeah, 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 yeah. Sorry, my phone's going off at the same time. It's Marissa Serafini. My buddy, you guys know who she is. Um, oh, okay. So I was talking to say like, oh my God. I have like several things going on at once. Everything everywhere all at once. Hi. Hi everybody. I am foggy brain today. It's foggy outside. I'm foggy brain today. I have like 100,000 things going on. I want to show you guys something too. I want to show you something that's crazy also. Crazy. Crazy. Let me see if I can pull myself together, folks. I have my coffee. I'm gonna have a sip of my coffee. There we go. Sip my coffee. I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. Okay. Thank you everyone who gave the other day. I made my goal and more, and I actually was able to pay several bills, take care of several things around the house here. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys always come through. It was wonderful. So thank you so much. Um, Today I just need 30 bucks. If I can get 30 bucks today, I'm good. Somebody saying hi to my mother. I just need to raise that today. That's what I'm trying to raise. Pay just a couple of things I got to take care of that are work related. I have some cash on me in my wallet, but I have to get to the bank to even try to put anything in there. So I don't have a car, so I'm Mr. Public Transportation or whatever. So I'm just trying to raise 30 bucks. That's it today. So everything. So I was looking for that this morning, just a small amount this morning, if you can. I want to show you something. I want to tell you something. Um, I'm trying to get back to where was I? Okay. Um, where's the live thing? Oh my God, I went blank. I'm like foggy brain today. Okay. Tony G, me, Cadre Jensen. Hello, everybody. Root canal. I had a root canal. My root canal wasn't that bad, thank God. It's fine. Um, Folks, so I put this tree up behind me in November. In November. I mean, it was like the lights on the tree that came to the tree stopped working. It's an old tree, so it stopped working. That's fine. So I had lights and I put them on the tree. So the lights you saw during the holidays were lights that I put on over the lights. So I took those lights off and I'm preparing the tree for like History Month and Valentine's Day. So I bought some red lights. I ran out. I did the bottom half. The other half they came. They have to go to my mailbox to get them. They're coming, so I'll do the top half. This morning I woke up to this. I don't know if you can tell, but suddenly there's some lighter lights on. And it's kind of, I don't know if it's hard to tell in here. Try to see if I can get it. It's like two different colors. And I was like, I kept looking like, am I dreaming? Am I seeing something wrong? Those, so the middle of the tree, those lights decided to come on all of a sudden. So let's ponder that for a second. I mean, the whole time for like 4 months, it never came on. I like it. It works. The colors work with my scheme on some level, but I don't know if they're working. I have no idea why they're working. But now I got two different colors, which is great. I'll take it. Not complaining, but I was going crazy. Like I was thinking back, going, am I seeing two different colors? Am I having a stroke? Like, what the fuck? Like what's I don't know what's going on. And so that's just like so it must be the Hope Door must be doing that. Well, that's great. So it's two different colors. I didn't even do that. So and it's just the middle part. So it's the middle. This is a three-part tree. Top, bottom, middle, top. So I guess the middle part. That's what happened to me today. I'm like, I had no idea. So that's just my little. That's just something that I'm like, I didn't expect that. Um, didn't expect that. Didn't expect that. So it's a little crazy. I'm like, what is going on? Like, what is going on? I was like really having a like, what is going on? So I didn't know what's going on. So anyway, life does what it does. It does whatever it wants. My Spice Girl shirt I'm wearing today. It does whatever it wants, however it wants. I guess I'm just here to facilitate its existence. I guess. I just thought that's really weird. I'm like, I'm laying on that's really weird. Plus the lights, I thought they were different colors on the tree that were it's a pre-lit tree. This tree is like at least 10 years old, at least. I don't know when they got it. My parents got it, and I just took it from them because she don't do it anymore. She has no room for it. Back then. I know, right? I get my no, I just read what you said, Tony JC. I'm like, yes, I just caught that. But yes, it was just weird. It's like, okay, I guess there you go. I mean, just do whatever the fuck you want. Just do whatever you want, kids. That's how life works. So anyway, so that's the thing. That's the thing there. Yes, Antonio, I was with my man yesterday, Flobo, and I tried a Big Mac. So I'm going to post that video soon. I got to do some stuff and add some more stuff to it, and then then you'll see, did James like the Big Mac? But I have to say, Tony Moore, my chocolate twin, says he's never had one either. So I was like, that's something. I mean, okay. So I was like, okay. So I wasn't the only one, because I always say when I go to certain places, I usually order the same thing. So that's I usually because like if I go to Taco Bell, there's certain things I like there. If I go to this place, there's just certain things I don't move around the menu that much. Now I don't eat those places that often. So when I do, I go to Del Taco or whatever, I just certain things. Whataburger, I'm in Texas. There's certain things I want. I just go get them. When I go to Junior's Cheesecake, there's certain things I want there. Like there's certain wherever I go somewhere, I usually yes, Angel Blue was my at 54, almost 55 years old. It was my first Big Mac ever. So you're gonna have to watch the video when I post it and see what and the whole experience. I got nervous before I was like, "Why am I getting nervous? It's a fucking burger. I'm getting nervous." It was crazy. So it's like so, but it was fun. It was fun. I'm glad I did it. I can say I did it. I almost like that I did. I almost like that I didn't. You know, yeah. Certainly, certain restaurants, like real restaurants, I'll explore the menu, Matt. But like fast food, I'm usually if I'm going to KFC, there's certain things I want. Popeyes, I want the rice and beans for sure. Like there's certain things I get at every place. I don't know how so let's do a poll. Let's do our first poll. So when you go to a fast food place, do you explore the menu, get the same items, or not eat at fast food places? Okay, here's the poll. Okay, come on, Paul. When you go to fast food place, do you explore the menu, get the same items every time, or not eat at a fucking fast food restaurant? Please do your votes now. If you are in the app, you're able to vote. While you are doing that, I'll put in the different ways you can help me out. But let's just say start this poll option. I know it sounds so dirty as I'm saying it. I love 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 it. And folks, my Zelle is the jlottjr right now. I'm having problems with the J Harrison. Someone tried to send me a Zelle that way, and I never got it. I don't know what's going on. It was just stopped working all of a sudden. And my bank says it's fine, but I don't know what's going on. So I'm telling people now, just it's the jlottjr. That's the that one I get. It gets to me immediately. So I've been watching other lives. I've been watching other lives too, people's lives, and see how they do stuff. Very interessante, folks. Um, watching other people's lives. What am I missing? See, I'm on Zelle. Oh, Cash App. You guys have been wonderful to me, so thank you. Um, if you can help out today, any amount, I'll take. It's perfect. It helps me out. And two of them are work related things. One is something for you guys, actually, and something else. My chocolate twin and Edition Days, as also mentioned, are having their second Zoom ever for the anniversary of Edition Days on Saturday, February 10th. Unfortunately, I won't be there because I'll be having my Zoom for Chiraya fans on February 10th. So we're having dueling Zooms, but that's Days of Live stuff. I'm General Hospital. YNR. Check out either one. Yes, and hit the like button if you are able to. Like it's Crystal is both. It's Froggy. Oh, Froggy. No, actually, my voice is in today. My voice is in. It's foggy outside, foggy brain in here. I have two funerals coming up in the next couple of days. I have things going on. I'm just like all over the place. My desk is filled with just stuff everywhere. I got to decorate that tree. You try the Big Mac. Well, you fucking you put meats, but oh my god, I can't even. Tony, it's so early. I can't even. I can't even say it. I can't even read that out loud. I'll leave for the chat. I can't. I can't. This is not JLJ after dark. I can't even say that right now in the morning. This is the Breakfast Club. Actually, I do like the Breakfast Club, but I'm not Breakfast Club. Yeah, I just can't even. Um, I hit the like buttons, do all that stuff. Um, oh, good. We have 8 likes. Good. We're really good. 8 likes and 12 people watching. We're good. We're good. We're doing good so far. It's a good average. So far, you look at the poll. It is not a landslide. It's just not a landslide. We can't attend both, Matt. It's at the exact same time. The try our both are even start at 12 our time. So you can't. That's what you can't. I thought our thing's at is at the say it's at 3 Eastern. I was at 3 Eastern ours also. Does it say 5? Let me look at my flyer. Did I write it wrong? Because I'm like, no, I have to. It's at 3 at 12. Let me see. Did I write it wrong? Oh yeah, no, Matt, you have it wrong. It's yeah, my thing's at 3 Eastern also. That's like, did I write it wrong? So you can only attend one. Or you could just go back and forth, have two screens up, two different Zoom things up. Yeah, my thing's at noon. And it's the same price, actually. It's kind of funny. So we have the same pricing. So, when they're both at the same time. Oh, and a happy belated birthday to Scott, Matt's other half. It was his birthday yesterday. I saw you guys went and you did stuff for him. So happy birthday to Scott. I know Matt's the same time. I know. Tony had to change. Well, Tony and I talked. He had to change his because he has to work. He has some important work he's doing that he has to actually work. So he had to change the time, change the date, and the Super Bowl's the next day. So I'm telling you right now, we're not doing shows on Super Bowl. He is. We're not. We're not. So I'll be at a Super Bowl party hopefully, eating and drinking. So I'll be on February 11th as my sister's birthday. And my sister's Andrew's birthday is on the 11th, so I'll be with them doing stuff, not doing shows. I know, man. It's the same. It's the same day, same time. Mine was first. Mine was to the first. He changed it to noon, but that's actually the best time to do it. He's not wrong. It's the best time to do it. So we'll see. And I have people signed up already. I mean, people have signed up for this time. They're signing for the try Zoom. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not changing mine. So I can't. I just I can't attend his. That's what I feel about. I was gonna stop through, of course, but I can't. I can't do that. So like, dang it. I know. But so far, it's not a landslide. 45% are like me, get the same amount, but then 36% explore the menu. So it's not that off. It's not that far. It's not that far off. 18 not fast food places. I don't like fast food places that much. I don't eat them very often. But when I do, I'm like, there's certain ones I like. But it's not too between zoos. We go back and forth, back and forth. Back and forth. You know, mine's be more exciting. Did I say that? Am I being shady Tuesday? Am I being shady Tuesday? No. I love Tony. No, me and Tony talked like we were laughing last night, talking last night about life. We always talking about life and the business and everything. Whew, that's not going on. How to make money, and that's why Tony has to switch it because he has to go make money. He got a really good gig that he can't get out of. Oh, it's February. Oh, how cute! February 11th. All those Aquarians. When the moon is in the seventh house and Jupiter aligns with Mars. My gold microphone. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. So yeah, the 11th. Yes. My sister Xandra, you guys know Xandra, comes to the chats and stuff. That'll be her birthday, but it falls on Super Bowl Sunday, kind of funny. So I think I'm gonna try to take her to breakfast if I can in the morning, if we usually do. I've already have her presents already. I have a whole bag full of presents. I have Tony's present to give him from his birthday, and I haven't seen him yet. I haven't been out to the valley. And we had rain the last 2 days. It was wonderful. Yes. Exactly, Shares were saying, Shares the same as the other, the same time period. So if you're a fan of both shows, I'll tell you, they're both like kind of game shows. So I got to reach out to you, Sherry, and a couple of people soon. You'll be hearing from me about some stuff. But I have some prizes already put together, and there's some good stuff happening. Gonna be some good stuff. We have some fun. It's gonna be a meetup also. It's gonna be a trivia thing. But also, I want people to meet up and talk and say hello and vent. And it's just time we need to get together again. So, but I got a bunch of signups the other day. So we're on our way to to my minimum that I need to run the Zoom. So we're getting there. We're getting there. So this is good. But also, but before even that, this Friday's a mental health chat. This Saturday's a private soap Zoom. I got a couple more signups for that. Sorry for any confusion last weekend. I thought I told everybody in the world that I had a couple weeks ago that I had to change it to this weekend because of my family situation. But I guess everybody, I mean, I have to remember not everybody, I can never get it to everybody. And some folks are only on YouTube, and some folks are only on social media, and some folks are only on this social media, not that social media. Some of you guys follow me in these shows. Some guys watch my shows later. I don't know. I feel like I try to cover everything, but I'm not perfect, so I don't even know. You know, it's like I don't. You know, I don't know what to do. So, but folks, if you're conflicted about both Zooms, I can kind of tell you because it's been announced yet. Tune in on what day? So what day was he? He asked me to come to do this. I gotta ask him again. I gotta tell Tony. I can, okay, yeah. Yes, tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, Frank and I will be live at nighttime. 7 p.m. 6 a.m. time, 10 for you guys. So sorry, so late. Frank works all day, so I can't get any sooner. I was trying to do something, we can do something at 5 or 6, but it didn't work out that way. We're gonna talk about General Hospital during the week before we come back. So it's like, okay, do that, and then Soap Zoom is this Saturday, so you're already on the list, Crystal. You're already on the list. Yes, but yeah, tomorrow night, 7 p.m. 7 p.m. We're gonna talk. We have new head writers. So of course, I put out a video for that yesterday, so you can watch that video. So I will let you guys know what's about that. I have not watched. I don't know the Oscar nominations yet. I have not seen them. I've been busy with family. So I have 2 funerals this week. I've been busy with family stuff. I don't. I have not seen. I have not seen the Oscar nominations yet. So you guys can tell me if you want to tell me who's got nominated. I mean, I was gonna look at them later today, so you guys can tell me who got nominated or who didn't. I haven't seen them yet, so I can't even say anything yet. Sorry, Jacob, I haven't looked at them yet. But Crystal, you're already on the list. All right, put you on the list. And so it's this Saturday, yes. I know they did. That's why I went on. That's why I went online and I sat here, pulled my hair in a bun, turned on the light, and said, "Okay, James, put out a video." Because everybody was like, "James, what do you think? James, what do you think? James, what do you think?" Okay, so let me look, kids, at the Oscar nominations. I don't even know. Oscar nominations. Okay, let's see. Because I have not seen. I haven't watched any movies anyway. But let me see what the who got what. You know what I'm looking for, kids. I'm looking to see about certain because there's certain pie on Saturday. I'm looking to see who didn't get nominated. I'm looking right now. I don't see who didn't get nominated. Oppenheimer, of course. Okay. Oh, I'm seeing. I'm yum yum. She said yum yum. I'm seeing some of the Oscar lists. I'm already seeing some stuff already. They're gonna blame Taraji P. Henson. I know black folks are blaming her already. I saw stuff yesterday. Oh my God. This is interesting. Okay. Okay. Wow. This is very interesting. I'm doing a glance right now, and I'm like, oh my God, this is very interesting. Black Twitter is going to go, it's probably going berserk right now. It's probably going bonkers. I've been online. Black Twitter is probably just going crazy right now. But my friend Coleman Domingo got for Rustin. I'm very happy about that. I'm very happy about that. Let me come back to you guys. I'm seeing, oh my goodness. I didn't see any films this year, so I don't know anything. But I'm like, I'm just seeing I'm seeing, I'm seeing, I'm seeing Color Purple didn't get as many nominations as they thought it might get. Woo. I know Coleman. I've known Coleman since the 30 years ago, since San Francisco when he was on stage with my boyfriend. So I'm very happy for him. He's somebody who I've watched come up. I know there's controversy with him too, and I'm tired of folks attacking people. We can have nothing nice. He's a great actor. He puts in the work. It's like, come on, just let him do his thing. So I'm very excited for him on a personal level and professional level. Very excited for him. And Jeffrey Wright got nominated. He's another great actor, another great black actor. But I know, folks, we're gonna blame Taraji for the bad press for Color Purple. I know folks were split. I haven't seen it, so I know folks were split. Like it just wasn't good. I saw the musical when Fantasia starred in it on Broadway, and I loved it. I thought it was a great musical on Broadway. It was great. It was wonderful. Everything. I loved it. I have not seen the movie yet. And now it's on streaming, so I can just watch it on streaming and see what I think. I'll give you guys something, but I just didn't. I didn't see. I didn't see Barbie. I didn't see Oppenheimer. I didn't see any of the movies. They're all on there, so I'm trying to watch some of them for the Oscars. But just wait, and I want to see Rustin also, but I just haven't seen anything. I've been too busy. So, hi Leopardess, how are you? This is very interesting. Happy for Ashton. I said hi to you earlier. So thank you for the votes. It's good. So it's not a landslide. The votes are and I was like, well, Tony, this time it's not so much the Academy, because you're right. This is like what you said, but they feel that a lot of black folks, I've seen it personally online, feel that Taraji should have waited till after the film was out before she started talking shit, apparently. And there are black folks who said it doesn't matter, you should talk. I have friends who are in the business who are like, she ruined that, what's wrong with her? Why was there certain things in her writer? There's been a lot of I saw the last couple of days, a lot of stuff thrown at her for speaking out during the press tour. They thought that would actually hurt his chances with Academy voters. But like Tony, you and I, we know that it's more than that. It's much more than that. It's much more than that. We know that, but I don't. It's just interesting that this is. I'm going to see what Black Twitter is going to say now, because it's not about being sane and safe and consensual. It's about running your mouth. So I'm just, and it's funny, folks, and this is actually a little serious, Lauren, for a second, and I always wonder this. I always say, this is a rhetorical question because I don't even know, whatever. But with the advent of social media, I always wonder, were all these people out there this whole time and we just didn't have access to them, but now with the social media we do? Or the social media create all these people? They're already kind of a little bit unstable, but they're creating them. Because I always just wonder, I'm like, somebody will post something that's like just almost cut and dry. You're like, yes, there's right and wrong. Then you got folks who are just like, they see the opposite direction and will spread. It's just interesting to me. See, Lebanese thinks she should have waited. So there's some folks who think she should. She had a right to say what she had to say. Some say she was attacking Oprah, and Chris Stein's leaving. And so it's interesting. And I'm a person who always says speak out. So I'm the opposite. I'm like, speak your truth. There are folks who say Taraji knew what she was doing. This was deliberate. So I don't know. I don't know Taraji B. Henson. I don't know her personally. But it's just interesting that even in our chat we have different views about this. So it's kind of like, I don't know. And there are folks who just don't like the movie. And there are folks who thought it was the remake of the original. I'm like, no, it's remake of the play, which is a takeoff of the movie. Like, it's like there was that confusion for some people. They didn't get it either. Though wasn't going to do big numbers for the movie, didn't forget what they did first time around. See, Tony, Tony, I tend to agree with you. So so I mean, Tony, we're old folks. We kind of know how things work, right? Award season, as soon as come out game some she wrecks it, but and there you go. That's what Jake he thinks. I love that. I love you guys. I love that you guys are talking about. I love this. I love you guys are talking about. I love that you get to hear your opinions. Um, so just like cats, cats. That movie sucked. Leopardess. Cats sucked. Ugh. Well, it's funny, Crystal. I have that opinion of. She says, "Why do you remake classic?" So I always have that opinion. Like everything's turning into musical or a play or whatever. There's no original ideas. And I agree. And on Crystal, as a writer myself and producer, I have a lot of ideas for Broadway, a lot of ideas for movies. So I mean, like there's original stuff out there. There is original stuff out there. There's original. So I'm going to let's say. So I go okay, but there's also some things that did work on stage. Like I said, the Club musical did work on stage. I think it worked on stage. It was great. Um, but then occasionally, I don't know, you're not a fan of Lady O. Well, Tony, I have a love dislike with Lady O myself. I don't want to say that out loud, so I'll get in trouble. No, yeah. So it's I don't know. It's just there's pros and cons to doing remakes, and like for me, I just watched the remake of Alive. I forgot the new name of it, but it's based on that book and that movie from the 80s that was so good about the soccer players flying over the Andes Mountains, had to eat each other or whatever. That crash sequence in that movie in the beginning is crazy talk. So I watched it. They decided to remake it. I watched it. It wasn't as good. The story was already told. Yes, they have some updated CGI or whatever. But the plane crash from the original still trumps the plane crash they did in 2024, 2023. So sometimes I'm like, but sometimes I do get it depends. It can work. Sometimes remakes can work. Sometimes. I'm more of a fan of a spin-off sequel. I'm a fan of that kind of stuff more so than anything else. That's why like a Top Gun Maverick works because it was like a sequel all these years later. And I mean, I don't know. I don't. So that's so Chris. I mean, you guys, it's interesting. I don't think there's no right or wrong answer. Just kind of like I don't. I'm with you also. Um, but speaking out is all we talk this all the time on this show, you guys, about speaking out. There's some folks like Tony did a little thing about MLK and black folks on his show the other day, on this Days the other day. He never really does that. He felt it was appropriate to speak on this subject during and all stuff. And I was like, that's very cool. Where I speak on stuff all the time. So I'm like, I don't. Everybody's so different when it comes to stuff like that. So I don't, I don't know. That's the thing. It's like, I don't know. It's coming up. Yes, I know. Yes, your Jason is coming back. Sometime later this year. Yes, in a few months probably. We have new head writers, and also I'm sure they're writing it right now. I'm sure they're writing all this stuff right now. So I know everybody. Like, I remember telling you, I thought of you the whole time when I heard he was coming back. We're very curious to see how they do this. But yeah, so it's I don't know. Like I said, Tony, in some of these cases, I agree with you on some of the stuff. Yeah, I agree with you on some of the stuff. Yeah, you know, the play, yes, Cat, the play was way better. I completely agree with you. That movie, I saw it and I was like, I couldn't stop laughing. A chorus line, love the movie, love the musical, love all of it, love it. Like sometimes it works. Chicago was great on stage, and I saw it on stage. I saw it with Jasmine Guy. I saw it with BB Newworth on stage, and I liked the movie. I mean, I don't know. I Hollywood likes sure things. We know that. That's all what Hollywood's all about. Hollywood likes sure things. That's all they care about. They want a sure thing. So they go back and mine other stuff. And when they redid Roots, I didn't watch the new Roots. The original one was enough for me, and I thought it was the best one. When they remade Steel Magnolias with the black women, I didn't watch that. There was no just make that a different story. We already have Rooster Place, so we didn't need. I mean, oh, and folks, I just got the first email. My Emmy voter, Emmy judge for the Daytime Emmys 51st annual coming up this later this year. So I had the first email. I haven't read it yet, but I had the first email. So if things go better this year, you might see me there at the Emmys this year. I don't know what it is yet. They haven't said yet. But I'm working on. I have like 100. I'm working on family stuff. Working on my business stuff. I got so many different things going on right now. It's just not even funny. Yes, the Emmys, the minorities did well. Okay, first of all, we're not minorities because we're not minor. People of color got a lot of awards that day. And now that I've watched The Bear, I finished season 1 and season 2. I understand everything. I understand. That show is now one of my favorite shows in the last 10 years. I can't wait for season 3. Season 2 is even better than season 1. I couldn't even believe it. The episode 6, everybody told me episode 6, fishes. Oh, that was an hour long. It was one of the most brilliant, chaotic, confusing, crazy hour of television I've ever watched in my entire life. And I'm 54 years old. Jamie Lee Curtis, everybody in it, but Jamie Lee Curtis should have gotten an Emmy for it. Literally, she got an Emmy for it. Just for that episode. She was so incredibly amazing that it was just like every single person in that episode was so good. But if you haven't watched The Bear, 2 seasons, 8 episodes first season, 10 episodes second season. FX, Hulu. I got on Hulu. And I'll tell you something. When I was on Hulu, look at their top 10 of that day. General Hospital was number 5. Imagine that. Fatty Opera. So Leopardess. Let me tell you something. A Chorus Line, and Family Opera, and Jesus Christ Superstar are my 3 favorite musicals of all time. Like of all time. I've seen stage productions of Family Opera throughout the country. I love it. I love it. The movie with Gerard Butler and Emily Rossum was okay. Wasn't a huge fan. It was okay. The Bear is on Hulu right now. It's FX, but it's on Hulu. You can catch it on Hulu. So yeah, Family Opera. There's some wonderful music, great story, very macabre. The movie was a C plus B minus. I wasn't a huge fan of the movie, but I do. Of course, I watched it. Of course, I think it would do better just remaster original color purple see in theaters. That Tony, and they do that sometimes, right? They do that sometimes, and you're right. It does do better. But they wanted the musical version out there. They thought about it. It could have worked. There are hits all the time. You're like, where did that come from? And they're hits. I'll be right back. That's something out. Love it. Okay, I'm back. Okay, back. So you guys, sounding part, yeah, Phantom. I got all this. I got a cast for you. And Phantom has a sequel, Love Never Dies. I have the soundtrack. I don't care for it. I don't know if that's true or not, Leopardess. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's true or not. I'm not proving what you're saying. I don't know because I've seen three musicals in the last year, and it was filled to the gills with people of all ages. And there was a lot of young folks there too. And maybe because of the ones that I went to, because musicals nowadays, you're doing Mean Girls, Moulin Rouge. I saw Six. Six is very much a concert. Um, and there were a lot of the audience. I would say audience was half of them were young. So I don't know. And so especially in Los Angeles, I'll speak for Los Angeles. I can't speak anywhere else. For Los Angeles, it's very much mixed. Now I think plays, young folks aren't into that so much. Young people are, but I know for musicals, it's been a little interesting. But I don't. Yeah, but I don't know if that. I mean, it could be true. I don't. I don't know any statistics on that. But I know a lot. But plays, I can probably go with you on that one. But musicals, I saw a lot of young people at Tina Turner. I'm going to see MJ next weekend. There was a lot. I mean, I'm sure there'll be a lot of young people at that one. I saw Tina Turner, Donna Summer, and Six, and they were all packed with half the folks were younger. So a lot of old folks were there too. We were working it out. But I don't. But I don't. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's a good. That's an interesting point. So I'm not sure, but I think plays may be a little different story. But also we're in LA. Everybody's trying to be an actor. People go to plays because to kind of network and see things. So we could be different. I would love to know the Broadway breakdown, like who goes to Broadway shows. I'd be very curious because and also you have to remember too, in Vegas, there are a lot of shows, and musicals and stuff. I'd be very curious. That's what I'm talking about. No, I'm talking about 1825. I saw a lot of folks six that were Gen Z. So I'm saying, I wonder what the, not, I'm not disproving it. I'm just saying, I am wondering what the numbers are. Well, I wonder if they have those statistics. I know what TV we do and film and music. What if they have those statistics, Lebanese? I'm curious. They have those statistics. I just wonder if they do. Like, who does go to shows? And is it city by city? Is it country, parts of the country? Certain kind. I mean, I'm curious about that because you have to remember there also are plays and musicals for kids and for young adults. And because a lot of my nieces and great nieces and nephews, they go to a lot of different musicals and plays and shows for kids. I don't know. Good question. It's a very good question. I'd be very curious. I mean, I don't know the numbers. I'm again, you could be right. I mean, don't know the numbers, but I just know that a lot of it's very interesting. I don't know. That's a good question. I'd be very curious to see what that is, what the statistics are. I don't say it could be because of the concert aspect, and like Tony said, shows that aren't super wordy and are fast paced. I'd be very curious because like SpongeBob SquarePants, the musical, there were a lot of kids there, a lot of young adults there. I saw it. I loved it. There were a lot of fun. It was actually really clever. So I'm saying it depends. So I guess it depends. What a quick and woody. Oh my God. So I can't even talk. It's too early. I can't even do it. It's too early. I don't want to get banned from YouTube already or whatever. They actually are. They're cracking down on people's YouTube channels and some of their content. And there's some YouTube channels that the craziest content ever to leave them alone. That others, I got some friends who got kicked off of YouTube because they said certain words at certain times of the day. I was like, oh my God, really? Oh, I gotta be careful. So I'll leave that in the chat. I'm not gonna say it out loud. Um, we'll say that for when I do my later shows. Oh, thank you. 14 likes, 14 watching. Thank you. Been on 45 minutes so far. Thank you very much. I'm trying to raise $30 today. Not a lot, just for a couple of bills. If anybody wants to give, PayPal, Zelle, Venmo, and Cash App. I accept all of those. Any amount is fine. I will totally accept. You guys helped me the other day, and I actually was able to pay all the things I need to pay. It was good. I got to take care of all this I had to take care of. I didn't make money from YouTube this month because I didn't make enough. So that's one income I didn't get. So I'm just gonna make it up for it a little bit. So if you want to give anything, please do. I appreciate that. Also, while you're here, hit the like button. I've gained over 300 new subscribers in the last few weeks. So thank you, people, for coming back to JLJ Media. I lost some before that because of my views, but I don't give a shit. But thanks for the folks who came back, and we're heading towards 5,000 subscribers. I want to get 5,000 subscribers within the next few months. I want to get there. I want to get to 10,000. That's my goal this year. So I just want 10,000 subscribers. That's my goal. And all kinds of programming. Um, working on that. Um, I'm working on shows. I have all kinds of stuff coming out soon. Also working on, as well as I'm, like I said, helping out my family and taking care of stuff with that too. It's all crazy. I still don't wash my hair. I need to shave, wash my hair. I've done any of that in like 2 weeks. So I guess I want to be presentable. I gotta pull that together. So yes, well, thank you everybody. Um, oh, and last week I got all the foods I wanted to try. Last week I got them all. What's the one about the president had lots of people of color? Young people love that one. He stopped typing my cereal soggy. Eat your cereal, girls. Eat your cereal. I have no idea. So, folks, so the one that I want to see, the place called POTUS, it's the women. But here's the problem. And Tony JC and I talked about this the other day. It's pricey. So, Tony, so my sister, Xandra, and her husband are going to see Janet, but they got the cheap seat tickets. They're like, even the ones that were like were mid level were like $400. And you're not even up close. You're not even up close. So we talked this other day on the show. So Tony, they cheap. They paid $100 for cheap seat tickets. I understand that. That's how I'm seeing Madonna. I'm seeing me and we're seeing cheap seat tickets. No, I'm not paying the ass for them. But POTUS, same thing. I'm looking for tickets, and a lot of it's sold out. This whole month is sold out. It's going until March, so January sold out, which is cool. We want to see it, and in February they're already going for like $200 for a seat in the mezzanine. I'm like, I mean, come on, folks. Many of us have gone to concerts and plays. So we know where good seating is and where the other seating is just okay. And these prices are exorbitant because they can get away with it. They can get away with it, and they can say, well, there you go. You can get away with it. We're doing a podcast. All righty. Crystal, I'm telling you the same answer I tell everybody in the world. I say, do it. All right, so folks, do it. And I actually teach a class on or offer services, as a coach on how to get started in the podcasting world. You can hire me, DM me for details. I've helped people with their podcast getting started, including couple of famous folks, and Chris and Sherry knows what I'm talking about. I've helped folks who've come to me. There's several of your favorite stars have come to me for coaching, for beginning podcasting. So, and they got podcasts. So I'm just letting you know, I do this for a living, but I do charge. But I have to charge. My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, "It's better than yours." Damn right, it's better than yours. No. But I charge my services because this is vital information. Everybody else does it, so I'm doing it too. So everybody want to do a podcast and you don't know how to start, I'll tell you how to start. I'll give you a whole list of thing and talk to you through it and everything. So come talk to me and I will you if you need it. Otherwise, just get a microphone. You can do it on your phone and just start recording and then find a place to put it up. There's that too. So, but it's all kind of stuff. But so my leverage, I think it's POTUS. I think is what it is. And it's supposed to be really good. It was a big hit on Broadway, and it's here in LA, and I want to see it. It's like everything costs money. Everything costs money. That was crazy. I have like 20 tabs open. Okay, like what's going on? Put it on that one. Well, you'll never know until you try. That's how it is. You will never know until you try. Shit, that's the truth. There are a lot of things, it's funny when you're in this business, when you're in this business a lot of times, especially a person as a person of color or a marginalized person in this business. Um, I see folks who are non-people of color and stuff. They do all kind of stuff. They ask for things. They have no shame, go for things. And a lot of people of color now, we a lot of us we talk to each other. We're going, they do things we wouldn't necessarily automatically do. So I'm like, so now we're learning to play the game. It's like have no shame either. Just ask somebody, be polite and considerate and all that kind of stuff. But don't sell your soul or anything. But it's like there's just things that we normally just wouldn't ask for. We should ask for them because everybody else doing it. So I'm like, we're gonna ask. I should ask for it. And when it comes to my knowledge about this business, hey, I mean, I give some things away for free. I give some things away at a discount price. But sometimes I'm like, no, I'm serious and I have serious credentials and so and just like everybody else put out there. I'm a certified coach in 7 areas, and so I have coaching clients. So it's one of those things like just you have to set yourself up. So so Meek, when I went and got so I have insurance. So luckily for me, it didn't cost me anything for my root canal. Um, and the crown was kind of expensive. Yeah, the toofuses are expensive. That part is true. Toofs, toofs are expensive. Taxes. That's yep. Jason, there's that too, right? Taxing. I understand that, Jason. We're working on tax stuff too because we have 2 homes and businesses and for small business owners, Jason, they don't really give a shit. They don't care about us. And so there's things that come, you're like, really? It don't matter what kind of year you've had. It don't matter. They do not care. So I haven't got that far. I'm still waiting for a couple of things to come in the mail. Once I get those, then I'm putting that together myself and see what happens this year. So yes, Jason, I understand completely. And Jason did send me the other day his thing from high school. So I'm going to read it. I'm ready yet. I sent it to Candace too. I'm ready yet. I had to Google it. Oh, Hamilton. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Hamilton. Well, sorry, Leopardess. This is where we completely disagree. I was a huge Hamilton person. I saw it live. I saw it on stage. I saw it on Disney Plus over and over again. I have the giant Hamilton. But I want to tell you, I was a Hamilton. Well, I was also in the Heights person. So I'm a huge Lin Manuel Miranda fan. But I was a huge. I got the shirts, everything. I was a huge Hamilton fan. So I'm the opposite. But I mean, but everybody's different. Everybody. That's why there's taste. It's different. Everybody has different tastes. So I don't. So for you, it's boring. You like it. That's your prerogative. I loved it. So I was a total Hamilton person. Because I have the book over here somewhere. I was told. I mean, I was in like Flynn. I was in. So We watched Coffee and Conversation. Yeah, we're back. We're supposed to. So we can shout to Melissa, who's not feeling well today. We're supposed to record 2 more episodes, but don't worry, we have episodes up for the rest of the month. Into next month actually, so we'll be fine. We'll do it next week. But Coffee and Conversation is out now, audio and video. It's out there, so we're happy to be back, and it's been fun. And we're getting some good look, getting some good. It's not a huge show for us, but we're actually getting some nice views. So it's here on YouTube if you want to see it. So, but she said, Melissa was going to try to comment, I guess, back to you, Beauty. I think you commented on one of them. So she was like, I can't get in there. Like, girl, just sign into the app. You'll be fine. She figured it out. So I don't know if she commented yet. So yes, she's getting there. I understand. I understand. I understand. Working it out. Working it out. Almost an hour. Shit. Okay. I can be right halfway through January. I'm like, it's already almost February because we're saying because one of my best friends is coming down. I'm like, February's a few. It's a few. You got your comment? Okay, good. I haven't looked on it yet. Um, I'm like, February's almost here. I just texted me something. I'll look at that in a sec. Um, I love the diversity of conversation going on right now in here. I love it. This is my happy spot. In a week of darkness, this is like my happy spot right now. So it's crazy. So folks who were asking about my cousin, because he passed away, he was killed. It was a drunk driver. And I guess they're handling all of that. So yes. I know too many things to watch. I know. Yeah, that's great. Share it. It's life. Too many shows out there. I gotta watch The White Lotus. Everybody says you gotta watch The White Lotus. There's like 3 seasons of that or 2 seasons of that. I gotta watch that. I'm like, I'm like, oh, I can't catch up on everything. I binge watched The Bear. I was up till 3 in the morning binge watching it. I was like, I might just watch it all and get it done. I miss Samantha. So it's crazy. Crazy. It's just too much to watch. And I put out a lot of content. I know I do. I put out a lot of content, so I get it. It's how I look at it as my lotties are very diverse people, and then everybody's gonna like everything that I like, or I'm not gonna like everything you guys like. That's life. Yeah, that's how it is. That's how it is. That's what I mean. Other people, it's like their way or the highway. I don't care about that. So what else is getting? No, everybody know. I mean, I love me some Jennifer Coolidge, and Murray Bartlett, but I'm told it's supposed to be really good. So I mean, that's next on my list. I think. I'm just trying to binge watch these seasons. I know Vanderpump Rules. It's your time. These are the best days of our lives. Yeah, that's coming up. That's coming up too. It's just too much going on. I miss Traders. I know it's out right now, and Tony's watching it. I'm like, my girl Janelle's on there from Big Brother, but I just didn't even. I haven't got. There's just too much going on. What's going on? Too much. Too much. Too much. Too much. Too much. But I have a desk full of stuff. I'm trying to clear off this room, which I am. I've been clearing it out little by little, putting stuff away, taking stuff out, helping my mom, trying to find some documents that we're looking for. Oh my god, folks! Here's some breaking news. There's a new Wizard of Oz series in production, and Dorothy will be from Inglewood. What? Dorothy's okay. I can tell you something. I'm starring as Dorothy now. It's me from Inglewood. That is hilarious. I'm curious to see how they're going to play this. I don't. Yeah. Okay. Okay. There you go. And I have my own series, my own Dorothy series starting too this year called The Gales of Oz, where it's coming up to you later of Emerald City. So I have my own coming up to you. So I don't know. It's just this is you know very very interessante, folks. Interesting. So much so much going on. So much going. I can't. I know from Ego like from Ego. That makes me laugh actually. From Inglehood. That's right. Starring James Lott Jr. No, as Dorothy. That is hilarious. I for me, anything gets Inglewood on the map, more on the map. I love it for good stuff. Um, Issa Rae and Insecure did Inglewood very well, so I'm very proud of her. She represented Inglewood well. Thank you to everyone who's watching and or listening to my um, latest about the GH head writers. We'll talk more about that tomorrow night, me and Frank. I'm gonna give what Frank's take is on it and everything, and so we will talk about it. We'll talk about you guys then. But I've seen the numbers and they're great. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'm waking up to good numbers this morning. And folks, I have a new Dynasty episode out, a new Falcon Crest episode out. Oh, coming out. I have a new Dallas episode coming out this week. Um, this weekend I'll have a new AM All My Children Wife to Live episodes coming out. What else is coming up? Yeah, I got a bunch of stuff. I'm looking at my these are all the shows that I do. My calendar. My calendar is bigger than I thought it was. Hollywood Medium. Um, I don't really like psychics and that kind of stuff. I'm a little more Christian in that. I know, believe it or not. I don't like that kind of stuff. Um, but years ago, there was a place called the Psychic Eye, and I had some tarot card readings. Um, and I had I've had tarot card readings. I've had a reading a couple of times. This was like talking 30 years ago. Um, I've had a psychic on my, and they didn't do anything. I had a psychic from my on one of my shows, I think like a year ago, and we're talking about the business and stuff. And she said there was a man sitting next to me who was smiling for me, and it wasn't my brother. It wasn't anybody I thought it would be. And the way she described it, it was my grandfather, which I was kind of shocked. I'm like, we were close, but not super close. We were close on some. We love each other. I know he loved me. Um, but I'm like, but we weren't super. I'm like, so he's watching? And she was like, he's sitting right behind you. And he's very proud of you and happy. I was like, okay, I guess. I wasn't expecting. I thought it'd be my brother or my friends or my stepdad. So I was like, no, it's like it's I think it's your grandfather. So I don't know. I believe in spirits. I think people think spirits do exist. Things like that. Um, but yes, I tend to stay away from. I don't want readings. I stay away from them. So, but I do believe that we do only access parts of our brain, and that part for sure. There's parts that we don't, and I also believe also intuition. I've had a lot of moments of intuition, a lot of moments of where I was in tune to something. So and then it happens or whatever. So I believe in that also. So I believe in other stuff. I believe there's other things out there, but yeah, I don't want to psych. No, thank you. I'm good. Yeah. So yes, that's not me. I don't want to invite that into my house or anything. Hi, Dizzy Flower. Hello, hello, hello. So yeah, but some of those things are fun to watch. I guess it's usual. Well, somebody's dead and they do a lot of stuff. So, but yeah, I'm good. Thanks. I don't. I said, do you want to know when you died? No, I don't want to know. Let just happen. Well, Jasmine Guy, I have an actual personal story. So when Jasmine Guy won, it's for a show called The Chronicles of Jessica Wu, which is which was created, produced, directed, and written by my friend, good friend Zane Hubbard. I am Beer Production. And my friend Brandon Larkins is in it. So I almost 10 years ago came across the first alliteration of it, first season of it, loved it, reached out to them because I had a show on Black Hollywood Live. So I was like, okay, I'm going to support Black work. The lead character is a crime fighter who's autistic, led by a Black woman. And I was like, everything's hitting all the buttons for me I want. Brought the cast on, became very good friends with the whole cast, especially Zane and Brandon. We are producers in a TV series called On the Fence that we're shopping around. I'm a co-executive producer on that. So, but we're really good friends. So I've been championing the show. I was on my break show, Breaking Into, had him on first season. Then on my show, Extra Connections, here I've had him on second season through the pandemic. We've had him on several times. I'm bringing them back together again. We're going to talk about it soon. They're going back on my show again. And so I remember when they got Jasmine Guy. And so you guys remember, I was supposed to interview her about a year ago. But then my mother got sick. And I was dying. And so I couldn't do the premiere. I couldn't do anything. And I was like, I want to be Jasmine Guy. That's that's my girl. And I couldn't. I had to obviously understood. And then so then when the new season came out, and I knew all this stuff was going on. And the season was on Tubi and things like that. So when she got nominated, I was so happy for them because I know for my friend, because of myself as a writer and producer, that's a high honor that you got your work that you put together, got this veteran actress her first like an Emmy nomination. And then when she won, I was so happy for her. I'm happy for my friends because it just goes to show you're not even a big series. And so now this Chronicles of Jessica Wu is getting all this attention through the Jasmine Guy win. So that's my personal connection to the whole thing. So then when Leopard says in the chat, I'm happy for Jasmine Guy win, I'm like, yes, but I know somebody who was part of that whole road there. And Jasmine was good in it. So check it out. Chronicles of Jessica Wu. Very good series. Check it out. $69 ago I've been on. We call this like with Dion. Oh my god, that's so funny. Leopard, that's hilarious. Oh my god. She called us like back in the day when Dionne Warwick made it popular. She didn't say general things, but talking to her scared the shit out of me. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Okay. Well, I think I don't. It's like even if they told me something about the future, then I'd be worrying about when it's going, waiting for it to happen, and that would just bug me. So I just not know, and just like when it happens, it happens. I feel like people are around me. Now they always say that, people who die, they're around you. So I don't need to necessarily know who exactly is around me. I feel like people are always around you when they go with their essence, their spirits stay near you sometimes. So I kind of understand that too. So I don't know. All Dion. Oh, Dion. It's like a Friends Network. And Miss Cleo. I didn't follow any of that stuff. That stuff was just like, okay. Let's see. You saw, oh, okay, thank you. You saw Janet twice in Vegas. I saw Janet 100 years ago for Rhythm Nation. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I saw that one. I haven't seen her since. I wanted to see Janet. I didn't see it, but I did see her for Rhythm Nation, which that was my favorite album at the time. Yeah, Carol looks good. Carol looks good. She looks good. She's hanging in there. Some of them last. I mean, wait, some of them last. Some of them hold it together. And I want to say something too. With the advent of TikTok and social media, people are posting clips of things from the past, and they're posting some different shows like the Mike Douglas show and Dick Cavett and Smothers Brothers and all that stuff, and Carol Burnett. And sometimes people get on my nerves because they try to look at certain things through today's lens, and don't realize that there's a skit they did called it was like the Blondes or something, and Isabel Sanford's in the sketch, and people are just saying, "Oh my!" People, those who are older are laughing, having a good time. They're just always going, "Oh my god!" It's like that's like sometimes you forget that humor. Isabel Sanford's actually her one-liners are very clever and actually biting towards white folks. It was in a Carol Burnett skit, like back in the early '70s. Like there's things you couldn't say or couldn't do overtly, and they were actually talking about it. Yeah, some of the stuff cringes a little bit. Some of you are like, okay, probably wouldn't work today. But it's like you have to put it in context. Wait, Flo and I laugh all the time. He's always like, I heard Mary Jane girls in my house. And I was like, what? And I started laughing. I go, well, they're in my house. We're laughing. And he goes, what about the children? We were laughing. I said, well, we were doing kind of breed back then. I always say it was a different time. And I say it, I know people go, that's just like a common line. It was a different time. But it was a different time. And there's some things you just have to like, you just have to, you have to look, you have to put it in the lens of back then. And some of the humor, actually, if you go through just take out some of the physical stuff and listen to the actual jokes or the humor, there's some real subversive shit in there that they're getting away with on TV, and like black folks are getting it, who are watch TV, they get it. I know right now, and Tony, Jay, I know you're like me, just sitting on the sidelines watching everything. But this whole now, Cat Williams brought up the whole thing about black comedians in dresses get popular, and the coonery that goes on with that. So I've been saying it for years. Like I always feel like there's an emasculation of black men. It makes them more palatable and whatever. No, it's not the same as a Robin Williams in a dress of Mrs. Doubtfire. No, it's not the same as some like it hot. No, it's not. It's not the same. We're not judged. Black men are not judged the same as white men. We're just not, and have never been. So we're judged differently. It's just so that's the fact of life. So I get why some black men are like mad about this whole give me a dress have a huge hit, and how Cat Williams said he refused to do it, and it caused some problems. And so I actually believe it. I've been saying it for a long time. I mean, it's just I know Tyler Perry does it, of course. Eddie Murphy had done it. Not Eddie Murphy. Well, he did it because he was the Clumps or whatever. Which some of them are actually hilarious. I mean, some of the stuff is hilarious. Like Big Mama's House and Martin Lawrence, all those. I didn't care for any of those movies. I'm not a Medea fan either. So also, but I do say the whole in a dress. I mean, Flip Wilson was doing it as Geraldine back in the day. But again, there was some underlining stuff he was saying as Geraldine. They have to kind of look beyond it, but it's like yeah. And then Marlon Wayans made a comment. I mean, I saw one. I mean, Tony and I was about this a few days ago, whatever, like last week. I was like, I just had the popcorn. I'm just watching everything. I don't comment. I just watch everything. So I'm here for the comments. I'm here for all the videos. But it really has for black men in this business. It really has stirred up a conversation. It has stirred up a conversation that really has gotten everyone talking. And see, I love talking. I'm like, that's great. I mean, that to me, I'm like, let's have a conversation. I just wish it would lead to black men coming together after all of this. I think it's not going to lead that way, but I just wish it would, that it would come together, and but we don't do that. Mark Curry, I know, said, yep. Do it for Wilson. Yep. There's that Mark Curry says, I know it doesn't say it. It's just like there's always, but there's some comedians that would never do it. They said they would never put a dress on for comedy. They don't care how much money, they're not going to do it. And I respect that also. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with a man wearing a dress, but you know what I mean? It's like I just think there's just something about um not giving Asian men love interest in movies because they to emasculate them. You know, the lazy Latino man in movie. Like there's all these stereotypes that were existed, and I'm not making them up. They're on screen, that are out there. But the black man in a dress for comedy. Well, of course, Marlon Wayans was going to say something. He did White Chicks. Now, mind you, I know the writer of White Chicks. I liked White Chicks. I don't care. I liked it. I thought it was the craziest thing I've seen. It was so over the top that it was to me it was hilarious. I liked it, but I understand why folks don't like it. I totally get it. Like I said, I don't try to defend it or anything. I totally get it. My brother hates it. He's like, "How do you like that?" I don't. There's some things that tickle my funny bone, and they did. And this movie, I've seen it a million times, makes me laugh. I couldn't tell you why. There's something wrong with me. I don't know, but it's like yeah, it's crazy. My snap is on fire 500 times. Shit. Whatever. I'm gonna think it's just like a WD, like a WWE. That's funny, Jason. That Cat Williams thing was like a WWE role. Job has been around forever. I mean, it has. I mean, Mom's Mabley dressed as an old woman, and she was like a dyke in real life. She was like some kind of lesbian in real life who was way younger than that. And Phyllis Diller made herself up look certain ways too. I mean, I get it on some level, but I get it. But see, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. None of those crazy folks out there like, oh my god. However, comma, and Tony was on here too. Tony, JC and I've had to talk before. Do we kind of agree with this? Or you did, Tony, but I talked about Tony. I think you agreed with this. There were at the time, I don't know about anymore, but back in the day, there were things that were done on purpose to keep me down, to keep all of us down. There are things done on purpose. Um, and because there's a whole clip of little Sammy Davis Jr. tap dancing and singing. Hello, tap dancing and singing with fried chicken in his hands back in the 20s or 30s. Now people are just like mortified, which you should be. It's a piece of history. It's a piece of history, and it should be horrifying. However, comma, he was a kid. It was that time period. That's what they were doing. And Sammy Davis Jr. grew up to be a legend icon. Got hooked up with Frank Sinatra, who really did work for equal rights and fought for him to be equal in the Rat Pack. So there's a whole history that comes later where I think Sammy Davis Jr. got some redemption. And he was one of the greatest entertainers we've ever had. So there's like there's thing, it's evolution. And you should be horrified by it. But it's like, but to condemn Sammy, who was a kid and was doing what he had to do, it was like Little Rascals. Oh yeah, Milton Berle. He did in dress. Milton Berle. I mean, Bugs Bunny. They put Bugs Bunny in dress. It was very transphobic language in that too. You think about it. Those Warner Brothers cartoons were horrible. Nobody can tell me that Daffy Duck was not black. He was black. And Speedy Gonzalez, hello. Like it's a lot of stuff that was just like horrid. Um, when we were kids, we didn't know the difference. It was disguised as comedy for kids. But there were a lot of subversive stuff in that too that were meant to send a message. And why not send a message to children? We absorb it, not even knowing we're absorbing it, and then we start to think that way as we get older. Some of us, some of us don't. So it was just fine. But again, Crystal, and I know you agree. I know you know this, Crystal. Black folks are judged differently than white folks. It's not equal. Sorry. No matter how much people want to claim it, it's not equal. Black men, I'm a black man in America. I'm telling you, if you don't believe nothing else I say in this whole show ever, believe when I tell you I'm not treated equally like everybody else. I'm trying. I try to get up there, and in some cases, I get treated equally here and there, but I'm treated mostly as an exception or the token, um, or the also. I mean, it's just a fact of life. I mean, I just know it. I'm fighting that stuff all the time. But I'm just saying I'm not sitting behind me. I'm fearless. I go out there and do everything. But I was telling you, we are not judged the same way. We don't get the same privileges to be as white folks. We just don't. And neither do Asian or Latino. We're not judged the same way. We're just not. Now, there you go, Angel. If you don't learn anything else today, Daffy Duck is black. Oh yeah, Dick Tracy cartoon. Yes, Beauty for Ashes. Those two. But I said we have to kind of look at them though through a certain lens. Also, I would say there's I know you know Crystal. I know you do. I know you know. So I was saying, I don't have to explain to you. It's crazy. It's like so. It's so, and black women aren't the same. Aren't treated the same as white women. It's just not. And women aren't treated the same as we all have our pain Olympics. But I just think it's some of the stuff you have to look back and go, okay, it was that time period. So I don't really, Maria. That's pretty funny, Sherry. You get little points for that. Yes, little comedy humor. As I'm on my soapbox right now, little comedy humor. But that's the whole thing. Is that it's we have to kind of give some grace too when we look at some of these older products and go, well, that's what's going on. That's what went on back then. And Little Rascals, but Stymie and Buckwheat, was how it was back then. And but they were included. That's the whole thing. They actually were included. But if you look at the whole show, they were included with the white folks. They were included. So I didn't watch Doug, so I don't know Doug. So if you guys know Doug, is Angel Blue saying something is that true? I don't watch. I don't. That's after my time. Unfortunately, some minorities with light skin think white people will treat them as equal. Well, the day five. Okay, I'll take that and give you also just some black folks with any kind of skin color, and no matter what their colorism is, they feel like if they get accepted by white folks, they marry a white woman, and they speak with certain affect, and if they act a certain way, the magical Negro, that they'll be fully accepted. And I have a cousin who literally went through that and really realized they never accepted her. It didn't matter. It didn't matter. All that was great and done. But when things went down, she was the N word. Let's just say that. That happens. It's like if you're gay and you act like you're a gay Republican and you like, yeah, I agree with this and that, and here's my boyfriend, but we don't talk about nothing out in public. Like, you're still the F word. In the end, for some people, you're still the F word, and it don't matter. All that don't matter at all. When they break it down, when it comes down to brass tacks, you're still the F word. Their brains. It happens. That's just how I don't make the rules. I'm just sitting there. I'm just telling you what I see and what's going on and what's happened even in my own life. It's very interesting. Now, I'm a person who pushes through everything. I don't let anything hold me back. I push through everything. I have broken barriers. I've done things, but I've also had barriers put up in front of me, and to this day are still there. And the people like I said, people like me and Tony and Flobo and my friend Mike Brown, we're all trying to break those barriers. We're just like we're gonna keep going. We're not gonna stop. We love this business, and we're gonna keep going and going and going. I've made some firsts. I've made some, I've made some history in several ways. It's been wonderful in this business. When I look back at my 15 years and then 18 years in this business, or 17 years in this business, I've broken some barriers. I've done some stuff, and it was great. So it can be done. It can be done. I'm just like, oh, brief ashes. You want to bring up Tim Scott? Let me sip my coffee first. I used to like Tim Scott on some level. Now I have no use for him. He's become the black man worst nightmare. He's a UT, if you know what I mean, in my eyes, trying to pander to white folks. So I'm done with him. And I watched him, and one of the things that really changed my mind, I watched him on a TV show with other black folks and literally flip flop on certain black issues that he agreed with previously, but now he decided he was going to run, he was going to kind of get into heavier into the politics and the race and everything. He wouldn't admit it anymore. And they quoted things he said, and he denied them. And I was like, and I looked at him, I go, it's okay to be Republican. It's okay to believe certain things, but there are some things as black folks in history you can't deny. Just can't. It's in history. It happened. It's out there. And when you're denying it to make a point, like, no, everything's great. What are you talking about? Well, you guys are just stuck on, like, no, that we're just saying, acknowledge that this and this did happen to you, to us, but you just are moving up beyond it or whatever. He would never admit that. He doubled down, tripled down, quadrupled down, and it made me. I kept losing respect for him. Every time I opened his mouth, I was losing more and more respect for him. So I'm out. Tim Scott, I have no use for him. I don't care what he's doing. I don't care if it's a girlfriend or a beard or whatever. I have no use for him whatsoever. You have this governor. You have this guy running for who's running for North Carolina governor, Jason. I don't know who's. Remind me. Refresh my as Tony says. Refresh my drink. While we're having this, now we're having a political conversation. 88 minutes. I'm just trying to raise $30 today. Any amount is great. PayPal, Zelle, CashAPP, and Venmo are all accepted. Any amount, I just need to pay like little bills. If I can pay those, then I'm good for a little while. I don't have to worry about it. I get paid from other things starting next week. But between the two funerals this week and things I had going on, I've been paying out money every 5 minutes and stuff. I just have a couple of things to pay, so just $30. So any amount you can give, it all adds up. Thank you so much. Also, while you're here, hit the like button. I see we have people watching. If you were hitting the like button, thank you actually today. And most of you guys I know in here, I think everybody in here subscribes to my channel. But if you're new watching, subscribe to my channel. I have all kinds of goodies. If you don't have time to look at everything, just subscribe to the channel and save it for later. I said all that. Okay, I'll do all that. Oh, visualization of the disabled. That's Crystal, mental and physical disabled, right? And that's some scary shit too. Some scary stuff, Crystal. When you start going back in time, you are very fortunate, Crystal. They didn't just say bye and lock you up somewhere. You are very fortunate. He's a black man, but he's more extreme than Tim Scott. Now you know I got look him up, Jason. Let me look him up. You know I got to because you're not saying a name. I don't want him. Okay. Let's see. North Carolina governor race. Mark Robinson. Okay, it's coming. It's coming up now. Okay. I was like, who? I want to see this person is. See who he is, because I don't know him. Oh, there's Mark Robinson. He's a year older than I am. He's not my age. He's a lieutenant governor right now. And here's what's funny. Mark Robinson, in a 2012 social media post, acknowledged that in 1989, he paid for a woman he impregnated to get an abortion. The woman in question was his wife. I'm like, they had children later, but it's funny. It's always, and that's what always gets me when people who are like against abortions, against all this stuff, but they do it in their past and don't talk about it in some kind of way where it's like, um, yes, I was wrong. I chose to do this. That I felt that was the only option for us. Like it's so hypocritical. And I just wish, I mean, well, I saw a thing the other day about politicians and why Trump is so big. There are just the regular folk out there, not us, but the regular folk out there are so tired of politicians in general. The perception of politicians, not about in here in this chat, maybe I should do a poll. They just see politicians as crooked, period. That's all of them. Doesn't matter if they're Democrat, Republican, whatever. They just see them as just none of them are to be trusted, period. That's a very interesting thought because they ran across gender and sexuality and age, and it's like it's completely it's very interesting. Um, and I just it's just very interesting that it's politicians and period. People are just like they don't trust politicians. So someone like Trump comes in, it seems exciting. He seems different. But then I go from myself, you guys out there are smart in the chat room. I'm sure you guys are smart. But I go, but are businessmen any more trustworthy? Are businessmen any more trustworthy? Is it because I look at Trump, who is not alone in the way his practices. He's my brother read the Art of the Deal and stuff. He's done things that were not the greatest either. So government and business are both these two big things, right? I'm just curious why people will think that a businessman cares about you more than a politician or vice versa. And I always say, because Trump's life is out there. When we pick someone whose life was in the public eye his whole adult life. He is out there. He is out there. He is completely like it's just his whole life, his marriages, his affairs. He says whatever his business practices, everything. His TV world, everything. Because when I heard The Apprentice was kind of fake, they said later. I didn't. Okay, so I know that I knew Apprentice was produced on some level. I guess produced on a level, but it was still kind of the early time of reality TV. It was produced on some level, but it was like when he said it was all kind of like, really? It was all like made up. That surprised me. But then again, here we go. It's the guy who does that. So I'm just wondering, these folks who are following the MAGA train, you really think he's out for you? Like he really does, he really cares about you. Or do you just view it differently? Do you view it as it's not that so much? I don't know. Maybe it's not that you think he's here for you. You just think he's different than politicians. That he says some things you like. and agree with. So you're going with that. But you tell me there's no politicians that out there, because I know like Bernie Sanders was like this huge interrupter. Those Bernie bros, I mean Bernie folks, I had friends who loved Bernie Sanders. Of all, I mean, they were just like they're Bernie, and I saw him. I wasn't excited about him either. I was like, eh. I was like, he was okay too. It's just it was just very interesting that I was seeing these comments with people. It was like, wait, all politicians are crooked, and they're all this, and they're all that, and they're all this. And it's like, yeah, I don't think all politicians are crooked. It's like just like not all businessmen are crooked. And I say businessmen, I mean business people, businessmen, everybody. But I just know that it's just very interesting that why folks say a lot of times they go for it's well, there's also that too. There's some of that in there also. I think, and I don't talk politics very often, but you guys got me started, so might as well continue it. Um, I know that when Obama became president, we weren't post-racial. That had nothing to do with that. I think a lot of folks were okay with him, okay with a black man being president. We just found the one the one we got is the one they figured, okay, he's fine. I think a lot of folks are like, that's fine. They just wanted the president to come in and take care of it. I think a lot of folks in this country just want a president to come in and take, like, I feel like there are a lot of subjects that are just still sitting here and they're not are not being done. Homelessness in California, in Los Angeles, in San Francisco, in Sacramento, places I go to, Sacramento, is at exorbitant proportions. I mean, like it's bad. And Trump didn't fix it, and Obama didn't fix it, and a lot of things didn't fix it. It didn't matter who was in charge; no one fixed it. It's getting worse and worse and worse. So I'm just like, that's all people out there just want that fixed. How can we work on that? Our gas in Los Angeles, and some parts it's at $7 a gallon. We saw it as 7.07 a gallon. We need to fix that. $7 for a gallon. That's ridiculous. For a while there, my eggs were like $9 a dozen for eggs. It's like there's things that there's people that I think all of us agree on. We want taken care of, and it's something taken care of. We're just fighting culture wars. It's all culture war at this point. They do want a magic pill. I agree with that. Because also they're tired. People are tired. People are tired of the way things just always are. And the immigration issue. There's a lot. There's a lot going on that's just not being fixed. Everybody's just fighting. And there is a race component. I agree with you, Tony, in there. There is. And it's just not but there's a lot of us out here, and many of us in this chat are just sitting there going, I don't want high taxes. I don't want tax like Tony, Jason were just saying. I want basic taxes. I want to be able to walk outside, go to the store, and I get it costed. I want to be able to buy food, get gas, have a job that pays me something, so I can have benefits when I can't work anymore. It's like simple stuff like that. That's all we want. That's all we want. We want to fall in love with. Live our lives like it's golden. That's what most of us want to do, and that's it. That's it. Um, So I mean, just that's all we want. For some border towns, it's about handling what's happening at the border. For some folks, it's the homeless problem. Some folks, it's climate change issue. Some folks, it's clean water. They just want clean water. They can't get clean water. So it's like that. Those are the issues. high daycare costs. I have nieces and nephews who have kids, and daycare is absorbent amount. Like so we had like so we had a last year we had a strike with bus drivers and cafeteria people who were not getting paid enough to even get insurance. Actors people, of course, we had our strikes last year. Like people are tired. Hi, Andreas R. People are tired of what everybody is saying. So I'm just it's just for me, it's just very interesting just seeing this divide it's real. The divide is real. It's real, folks. This is not a drill. The divide is real. There are folks who want to erase slavery from all our history. They want to erase our history. They want to erase the things they don't understand. They want to make this a super Christian nation. They don't want you can have no other religions, just you gotta be Christian. There are folks who are out there for all. I mean, they're really out there. I was watching Joy Reid fight with one of the moms of liberty or whatever. Yes, it's like it's amazing. And these folks have straight faces and they say things very openly. And now whether they believe it or not, I don't know. I mean, I can't tell because sometimes you can't tell if it's just for placating to our base or if they actually really believe this stuff. In some cases, we find out it's an act. We find out sometimes it's an act. Their private lives are very different. I know some folks who are like that. Publicly, they're one way, and privately, they're something else. So it's like but a lot of folks, I know folks are tired of the way things are. I think people are really are tired. They want something else, and I don't know. And my thing is, if our only choice is, so I remember when it was Bernie, Trump, and Biden. I was like, wow. So our only viable choices are three old white men. Those like that's something to really look at. So nothing else. Not even women. Nothing, just look at that. Now I know 2028, it might be a more diverse playing field, but right now our choices again are not the greatest. There's not. It's only it goes back to lesser to evil, so to speak, right? That's what everybody says. So it's a shame when that's how you have to vote. In a country about democracy, right? We're all about democracy. We're all about, you know, choice. That's a shame. I think it's a shame. That to me is a shame. That's we have to go by that. Um, we need wages that meet the cost of living. Exactly. A lot of us have one. Like I said, I'm in a world where a lot of my colleagues have 3 or 4 jobs. And they're not even in the business. They're not even here in the business. They got 2 or 3 jobs so they can make their not even home payments to rent. Everybody in the family is working. And that's why a lot of folks live 10 in a house or 5 to a house or 7 to a house as adults. Like they're like everybody's working. Everybody's throwing money in together. And they have to. And nobody has privacy and everybody's really screaming and hollering. Like it's like but people are doing what they have to do because the rents have gone up because the neighborhood is changing. And so that makes everything go up. And landlords just don't care. I have several clients of my organizing clients who are dealing with basically slumlords. Slumlords. I mean, these people and my clients are literally pay their rent on time every month, good tenants. We're trying to beautify the area. It's like we're trying to make it even better over there. And when a problem arises, that's not their fault. I mean, I've been in the meetings. It's not their fault. It's the landlords, the buildings, or the property manager's fault. They will try to turn around and throw it on you. I'm like, I can't get it, you guys. I mean, sometimes and the way they talk to my clients, like my clients are high powered professionals who are paying between $3,000 and $5,000 a month for rent. And they talk to them like they're ghetto superstars or something. You're like, where I'm standing there going, you would not talk to me that way. I'm just like, you would not talk to me that way. And they do. And you're sitting there going, what? Again, not even their face. They're getting treated as if they did something wrong. And I'm just like, wow, it happens more than you think. Guys, what do you think? They're just like, go somewhere else, get out of here, whatever, blah, blah. It's like, we don't need you, whatever. It's like, what? It's just there's something wrong with that, especially if you're a good tenant and you don't give any problems. I mean, I understand if you're a problematic tenant, yeah, that's a problem. And there are folks who are that way, but if you're not, it's crazy. But yeah, our political system needs a big overhaul. I wish there's more than two parties in the general elections, but that just right now it's not working out that way. Um, I'm neither a Democrat or Republican. I'm more independent myself. But I would not vote for Trump. That will never happen. But, well, here's funny, Duan. So a lot of my friends said I should run for politics for years. Said this for years. My father was in politics, James Senior. So I saw firsthand behind the scenes of what politics is for years. I would never want that job. Plus, I got too many skeletons in my closet. They're not even in the closet anymore. They would try to rip me to shreds. They would pick me over, pick me clean if I try to run politics. So no thanks. I'd rather do this and say I don't talk politics very often. So you guys got me. This is the first time I think I've ever talked politics on any of my shows here. I've never done it before. But I know a lot of folks who like the way I speak and how I look at things. So I'm like, nope. Oh, don't worry, Samantha. It's not going to happen. But I've had to tell people say, because Flobo ran for office here in LA. He ran as a politician. He did it one time. He said he's done. So he got a taste of how the system works. But I'm just like, yeah, I'm like, nah, I wouldn't. There's so much red tape and so much obstacle. James for president. Oh my God, President Lott or Lott Jr. It's too much red tape, too much stuff. My mouth would run. It just wouldn't be pretty. I thought about it once. I did think about it once, but I did like, nah, I'm not gonna do it. I said, well, I run for a mayor for a small town. See what I run the town. No, but no, it's nah. I like the freedom of the microphone. That's right, kids. Freedom of the microphone. I like the freedom of the microphone. I can say all this stuff, talk to you guys. I just got to mention, someone was in here earlier, Root King. I know you were in here earlier. As you saw, I was talking about something very serious and in the middle of a soapbox moment, so I couldn't answer you at that time because I was talking. So and people understand if I'm here talking about a subject, I'm going to finish my thoughts first before I go on to something else. But no, I don't need any. I don't. What you're offering, thank you. I don't need that. It's just that I like to involve my lotties in some of the things that I need, and there are many months when I am fine financially and everything works out great. But every once in a while, I need a little help. And actually, I do this for a living. And a lot of people who do lives, they ask for money also. It's part of what we do. This is part of my job. So we do this for a living. So, but thank you for the offer. I don't need that. So thank you. I was busy talking on a subject. So I like to finish my thoughts out before I forget them. So I wasn't ignoring you, as you kind of insinuated. I was busy. I was talking. But I also know the chat also goes slow sometimes, and sometimes the timing can be off. So I don't know that also. Okay, so let me say back to what I was talking about. Make sure I'm not trying to ignore people. Let me get back to what I'm talking about. I speak as an average guy. I like to think I'm an average guy. I think I'm just like somebody. I mean, I just feel like I say things that are just common sense that you guys all probably agree with. I mean, I live out here like everybody else does. I see stuff and I'm going, I'm sure most folks agree with me that we don't want homelessness. That we want good health care. Someone mentioned about tooth costing money. It's a shame because I have Medi-Cal here in California. And when it came to my root canal, I had to go to an endodontist. I didn't know what the fuck that was. Like endodontist. I go to endodontist, and first I had several meetings. It was the first meeting to go. to see what needed to be done. They had to check your mouth out. Then set up for the actual procedure, which included numbing products and the whole thing. And so when I did all that, when I got the bill and saw what it would have cost, that was it was crazy. The pricing was like, wow. My friend David got some veneers he'd done, and it was $1,000. His teeth look great, but it's like there's no middle ground. There's no anything. It's one or the other. So we need health care because even Obamacare was expensive to some people. It's like we need better. We need a better system. We need a better system. It's just not the greatest. We need a better system. And I feel like I notice it. I'm sure all of you in here notice it. We all notice it. So to me, it's common sense. So I guess I say things I feel like are common sense. We need it. We just need it. And that's kind of thing. There's nothing fun, Tony. Nothing fun at all. The New York, New Jersey, Metropolitan area is expensive. I think California's even worse. They are about have fun driving, careful driving, Sherry. They both are similar because for a while there was like Manhattan was most expensive for years, and then San Francisco. But I think Manhattan and San Francisco are about the same. LA is catching up. So yeah. And I say Manhattan because that was they weren't talking about Brooklyn or Bronx. They're saying Manhattan was the most expensive borough out of all the boroughs. So that's what I'd heard. But I haven't heard the latest statistics. I haven't heard the latest stats. But no, like I said, in LA, a 2-bedroom to rent, not even in a nice neighborhood, just a regular neighborhood in LA, would go for about I'm gonna look this up. I want to make sure because I know prices, but I want to see what they say online. Okay. So average rent, I'll put it in here. Rent for 2-bedroom apartments in Los Angeles. Gentrified Brooklyn. The average rent as of 2023 in LA for a 1-bedroom, I have friends who pay this, is $22.25 a month. 2-bedroom, close to $3,000 a month. I know people who are paying that. One of my clients is paying close to $4,000 a month for his 2-bedroom. That's in Los Angeles. So I don't know what you guys are doing in Brooklyn or Manhattan or whatever, but that's in LA. And that's outrageous. Some of my friends have rent control. They've been in their places for 15 years or longer. So they're like Flobo, he's very fortunate. My girl Michelle's very fortunate. They're paying cheaper pricing than most folks for what they have. And it's really tough. I'm like, whew. Just came from the hospital. We just had a huge conversation about politics actually around age 21. So yes. So there you go. Now we're talking about rents. We're having very interesting conversations. I've been on here 115 minutes. We're talking about um a lot of serious subjects today. And I'm trying to raise $30 today. Also, I'm trying to raise $30 today for a couple of bills. Doing that. As Brown A is going through some stuff, folks, send Brown A 21 some love, please. I have 2 funerals starting tomorrow, Andrea, so I understand it's going to be a long week for me. I understand that. It is not crazy to live in California, Angel. I don't think it's crazy to live here. I love California. I love Los Angeles. I love our cities. I don't think it's crazy to live here. Yeah, but you made me laugh, Angel Bloom. It's like I don't think it's crazy. I don't. It's like I don't think it's crazy to live here. Like there are other places I think are crazy to live. I lived all over the country, so I understand. But I don't like. I don't crazy to live here. Where like LA's tame compared to like New York or Detroit, or something like Chicago. It's tame. We have beaches and we have bitches. Okay. We don't have so out here. Like, I think it's fine. Yeah, I know Brooklyn is getting more. My cousins out there, I know it's getting more. It's catching up. But Manhattan's always been the most expensive, obviously. That was always considered the desirable, put in quotes, desirable place to live out of the boroughs, right? Um, and different than living out in Long Island. Well, here's my thing, Samantha. I tell people this all the time. Every city, every state, every place isn't for everybody. And there are some folks who certain areas speak to them only in terms of visitation. And I completely get that too. There are places I've been to 43 states. There are certain places I would only go to visit. You're right. I would not live there. And it could be because of weather, it could be because of the way things, I mean, just whatever. Um, oh yeah, well, yeah, okay. So yes, Angel, on that, yes, on that, no, yes, the Midwest is way cheaper. It's way cheaper. But yeah, so I always say all the time, every place is not for everyone. It isn't. I love New York City. I love New York. I love the boroughs. I love the harshness and the urbanness and concrete jungle of San Francisco. I mean, of San Francisco and New York and Chicago. Not everybody likes that. I have friends who are farm folks. They're country folks. They can be out in the country in wide air. So I mean, like it's and LA is very spread out, whereas San Francisco is very close. Well, Texas always. I mean, Texas hates Californians, and we hate Texans. So actually, we don't. We don't hate anybody. People hate us. We just don't. We just don't. We don't care. Everybody else. Texas to me is its own state, and I've actually had. I've been to all major cities in Texas. I've had fun in Texas. No, Samantha, no, I'm agreeing with you. I'm just saying. No, I understood what you meant. As I'm saying, some places are just good for like to visit. Like you feel like I like to visit. That. I don't know if I want to live there, but I liked. But I came to visit. But yeah, I know you don't. I know you don't. You know, I know you haven't lived here. Um, I get what you're saying. You're saying that you don't know the difference of living here and visiting. You've only visited. So I get that part. But I'm just saying in general for some people, they don't. It's for them visiting is like the best part. That's it. But there are my cousins from is in Texas. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Brown, I'm asking for you, Brown. I'm just telling you what's going on. I know you got stuff going on. People in Texas um, is my sister lives there, my cousin lives there. So I know a lot of Californians. There are a bunch of Californians that are moving to Texas because it's cheaper, more land, certain things you can get away with there. You can't get away with in California. I would never want to live in Texas. Never. I don't mind. Again, I don't mind visiting. I don't mind visiting. Some of the places are really fun. I've had a great time, but I would never want to live there. It's a state I would never want to live in. Because I don't hate Texas. Like a lot of us in California, we don't think about anybody else. Like we're busy over here. Like we don't hate places, but they hate us. There's a lot of folks who just hate Californians, and I'm like, we don't even. And Northern California hates Southern California, and Southern Californians don't even think about Northern California. We like Northern California. We like going to Lake Tahoe and San Francisco and. But I lived in San Francisco. I lived in Northern California. I saw the difference. It's a very different vibe. Northern Californians are very different than Southern Californians. There's very different. You hate living in Texas. I'm sorry to hear. I'm sorry to hear that. Ugh. I lived in certain places I didn't like, and I left. I was like, as soon as I didn't like it, I left. I was tired of San Francisco. I left. So I left. It happens. It totally happens. So one second, you guys. Somebody's knocking at my door. You guys, I have to go. My Uncle Joe, who I haven't seen in 10,000 years, is at my front door. So so thanks everybody for coming on. I didn't have my with my grandma. It was his mother who passed. So let me get off and then I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for the great conversation this morning. This was